first. Watch for the fireworks. 12 laps, 30 miles the distance, very wet conditions. Roger, a 250 in these conditions around Donnington, is it as much of a handful as the big bikes?
Well, it's not as much as a handful. There's John Gainey on the side of the grid there, Ron Haslam's rider. You can just see he's taking his bike off the grid. Are they going to let him bring it back on? Yes, they are. There's some sort of confusion here. I don't know if he's got a problem with it, had a problem with it, but now he'll have to restart the machine because these starts are all clutch starts with an engine running. He's got the machine started and takes his place back on the grid. But they're all a handful. They've all got a lot of power, and the track is very slippery.
12 laps then, the green light down towards Redgate as the skies clear just fractionally here at Donington Park. Final round of the 250 Super Cup is go. Number 6, Rob Orme, showing well. So Rob Orme from West Hallam in Derbyshire. Rob Orme scorching through from a second row start. So number 6, Rob Orme leads. Rob Orme only with 5 points to his credit in the 250s. A very different kettle of fish when we get to the 125cc race, because that is already twitched by the second place rider there. And a faller already down. Number 21, that's Gary Thrush. Gary Thrush off. So on the grass, rider up and okay. That is one advantage of racing in wet conditions. Generally speaking, when the bike goes down, it just slides onto the grass and no injuries are sustained.
What actually happened here, this is the old hairpin, and Gary's just come into there a little bit too quickly, lost the front wheel, and the bike slid away from under him. Not a too serious crash, although you can see his bums hung out of his eyes. We've got a problem here. This looks also like it's down at Redgate Corner.
Up towards the S's, at the completion almost of lap 1, and Carter was in there fighting. So this really will be frantic. It's no distance at all, 30 miles round here. The wet and murky conditions making riding very tricky indeed. Down towards the Melbourne Head, into bottom here. Number 12, Alan Carter leads number 6, Rob Orme. So Orme having a great ride. There's Martin Jupp. Number 10 in third place. Number 18, Wolsey Coulter is in fourth. So the Ulsterman on the Queen's University Belfast machine. Number 18 coming through on the inside. On the inside of Jupp, and a faller already, another faller at the hairpin. So, is it one of our key men? We need to get the machines identified. That's number 20, David Heel, off his Yamaha. So David Heel from Hailsham in Sussex. They're falling thick and fast here. 65 is Phil McConaughey. So, a bit of damage to the bike, but as I said earlier, no damage to the riders. At the front, the battle goes on. Well, Roger, we expected fireworks in the 250cc race, but 6 riders down on the first lap, almost unbelievable.
Yeah, the problem is that the circuit is drying a little bit. It's actually stopped raining. They're all on wet tyres, and there is going to form a dry line around the circuit as the bikes take a single file form, although you can see spray as Carter gets a twitch there, showing that the circuit is very slippery, but they'll be lulled into a sense of false security, I think, Barry, and I think we're going to see quite a few go down.
So, to the race itself, and number 27, Graham Holland from Pamber Heath in Basingstoke, that's Tadley, so Holland off. But to the race itself, Alan Carter leads, and in 9th place, I beg your pardon, is Steve Hislop. So Hislop, riding number 8, down in 9th place, has an awful lot of work to do. He's in the middle of this chasing pack. Look for the number 8 Honda of Steve Hislop. There's Martin Jupp, number 10. Wolsey Coulter right with him. There is Hislop in the middle of your picture now. Steve Hislop on the Honda must get into 4th place to win the title. Roger, we've been sitting together in long races, and you've said to me plenty of time to do it. There's not a lot of time in this race, is there?
No, this is a 12-lap dash, this race, and Steve's not one of the best riders in the rain. He's struggling here a little bit. Alan Carter's made a fantastic start to this race and broken away, and Steve's got it all to do, and whether he can do it or not remains to be seen.
Steve Hislop then fighting his way through. He's alongside Kevin Mitchell now as they exit. And a great twitch there, but as the rest of the pack goes through, a fabulously good place for number 7, John Gainey, the 3rd man in this. There he is, out of your shot now. Hislop is on the inside, number 8. Right with him is Kevin Mitchell. Then it's number 51, and that's Mark Linton on the Armstrong. So the Rotax-powered Armstrong as well, serving Linton well. Brilliant riding already. This has to be, Roger, one of the best 250 races we've seen so far.
Yep, all of the 250 races and the 125cc races have been particularly good in this Shell Oil Super Cup series, but hislop there in the picture, bike number 8. The man that's leading this 250 championship at the moment is struggling a little bit. I saw the marshals starting to run from the marshals post. Yeah, as I guessed, another rider's down. We can't see who that is at the moment.
That's number 9, Ian Locker. So Ian Locker from Bondelston in Cardiff, the Welsh truck driver, is out as well. He was the man, I'm looking frantically at my list, who won the Junior TT in the Isle of Man this year on that very same machine. Dropped it here in the last round of the Super Cup at Donnington in the wet. So Ian Locker's race is over. Very much alive at the front of the pack. Alan Carter scorching away. Hislop with a lot of work to do. John Gainey, number 7. On the right-hand side of your picture now, coming down into the S's, trying to squeeze through. Wolsey Coulter ahead of him, number 18. Then right in front of him is Martin Jupp. So the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th places. Absolutely nothing in it, but where's Hislop? Kevin Mitchell on the white Med Builders Yamaha there, Hislop right behind him. So Steve Hislop, the 29-year-old from Hoyk in Scotland, has been unable to do anything about getting past Kevin Mitchell. He's got to get past Kevin Mitchell in the first instance if he's got any chance of having a crack at the riders ahead of him. But Rob Orme, astonishing on the Spondon Yamaha from Derby. He rides under the Derek Clark banner. Brilliant on the 125, useful on the 250, but I've never seen Orme going as well as this. What a super ride for him, 8th in the 1989 Super Cup. Scorching on. Gainey now, going to come under the Hislop hammer. Hislop, well, I'm going to ask you, Roger, can he sort of make a dash in the last half of the race? Because he doesn't seem to be able to do anything in the early stages.
Well, this is where the race is actually at the minute. Alan Carter and Rob Orme have sped away, and the race is now for 3rd place between all of these. Wolsey Coulter's particularly good in the wet. Kevin Mitchell normally is. John Gainey's an expert, but we saw that John Gainey had that problem on the starting grid when he tried to summon Ron Haslam over to have a look at his machine and was allowed to start the race. I'm pleased to say Steve Hislop looks like he's having difficulties, and I think his only climb up the field will be through people going out in front of him.
Hislop now then in 7th place. So Steve Hislop from Hoyk, under faller there! Into the sand trap, everything okay, but that changes the whole position of the race. Of course, looks like John Gainey off. So John Gainey into the gravel. So Ron Haslam's protege joins the rest of the ranks of the walking wounded, leans the bike against the pit rail, or rather the side of the track, and that's it.